Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Amanda and I love crafting, shopping, decor and makeovers. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome along to part 2 of my summer dollhouse kit project at the Sunshine Tea Station shop. If you watched last week, I just kind of made the base and the side, and today I'm going to add some more detail. So let's get straight into it here, cutting up a template there for some wood effect, which is going to go onto this piece of wood to make a step. And just to make it a little bit deeper, there's actually 2 pieces there. So I'm going to glue those together and then cover it over, and then I will have my step. As you can see, everything's got numbers on and letters, so you know exactly what it is that you need. And then you've got the book that shows you what you've got to do with them. And there's even a little piece of sandpaper in the kit as well, so you can get rid of the edges. So everything's been thought of in this kit. It's so easy to use. Everything you need is there, which is great, because when I'm usually doing dollhouse stuff, I spend a lot of time looking around for material and bits and pieces and sorting through things, so it is nice to have it all to hand. And then on the base you can see there's the matching numbers and letters, so I know exactly where I've got to stick it down. So that is really good, because it helps you keep everything nice and neat and tidy. I'm just making now the side window. So this is the window sill, first of all. So similar sort of idea as the first thing. Cut out the template and then glue it onto the wooden shape, and then that will go in the frame. Now the fun thing actually though about these kits, although everything is there to read and see and you've got all your pieces, you can still make mistakes, just like I do when I'm putting flat pack furniture together. You can't, because the instructions are visual. Sometimes you just kind of miss a sort of a step and you think, what am I supposed to do with that? So I glued the windowsill in there, and then realised that actually there was some templates to go on the side wall. So there's actually like an inside wallpaper, and there's even an outside wall texture that I didn't realise at first. So as I sort of looked more at the picture, I was like, oh, hang on, there is something stuck on that. So best thing to do is to just look really carefully before you do anything. But it wasn't a disaster, because I was just able to stick that on no problem. And then that's the window frame to go in. And then I cut this one out, and I did have to just do a little bit of shoving to get it on, because I was going to pull the windowsill back out, but then I decided to try and work it round. So I managed to work it on. So disaster averted. Many a time when I've made my own flat pack things, I've had to unscrew things and take stuff off. So it's just kind of like real life. So I am using a bit of Pritt Stick as well as the glue that I'm providing, because I don't know if that will last for the whole project, but I actually do think it might. So I think I will perhaps just continue to use the glue that came with it, because it does stick a lot better, especially when you have to pull things over on the side. So yes, that's the side piece getting there now. I've got the textures on, so that's looking better. And then I've got this window frame to put in. And then when I look on the design, it's open. So I've got to make sure when I glue it in that I glue it so it's open rather than shut. And here is my second mistake. I glue this in and then realise that there's actually a pane of see-through acetate to go on the window to make it look like it's got glass in it. So I did realise pretty quickly, and I was able to just pull that back out before it's set. And then I could put the glass in the window. But as I say, just on first look, it wasn't noticeable that it had the glass in. But then I realised that the acetate was in there, and then there was a template for cutting them out. So as I said before, just look really carefully before you do anything. But it's not the end of the world if you do make a mistake, because it's so easy to fix. And like I say, this glue is so much better than super glue because you can just put things in place and pull it away quite quickly. Again, crisis averted, and I've got the side of the shop done. Actually, after doing this and making those couple of mistakes, I did take it a lot slower from then on, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't make any more mistakes. I've just glued that side on, and I'm gluing the back piece that I made last week on now. I've put the shelf on it and the poster on it. There isn't anything more to add to it apart from some lighting, which I am sort of leaving to the end. Hopefully that's the right thing to do. But I can't really put the lights in until I have the roof on. So that is now half of the shop created. And it's come together really nice and easy. So far, so good. And there's just a few little touches to add. It's always knowing what parts to do next, but I'm kind of going through the booklet and I'm looking on this page and seeing what's on there and trying to complete everything on these 2 pages. So this is a little board for outside the shop. And this has come together really nicely because it's just a poster stuck on. And then just glue that on the back. And I've just put a line of glue on and then just put it in a position so it's leaning. And like I've said before, this glue's great because it doesn't stick straight away. So you can manipulate things first. So here we are. This is what the shop's looking like so far. We've got the outside step, the window open, the shelf, the menu, and then the little board that will be sitting outside. And then I will just tick off what I've done. That's a nice little thing to do as well. If I tick as I go, it sort of makes you keep track of the magazine and you can see what you've done and what you haven't done. I do like to tick things off and have little to-do lists and things when I'm doing projects. So this is a definite thing that I like to do. It gives me a sense of satisfaction as well as I can tick things off and perhaps get a whole page done. So with that in mind, looking at what's left on this page, there is just a couple of plants. So I'm going to make those next, and they go on that side window. So they're all sort of together. So they have grouped things together in the booklet. So it is quite easy to follow. So there's a piece of felt in the box, and you just have to cut a very small piece. I like these ones because this is the coloured paper in the metallic gold, but they've actually done the shapes on the back, so you've just got to cut them out, which is nice because sometimes they give you a template or something that you have to put on top and it makes it fiddly, so that's perfect. So all I've got to do is glue that together and then that tab end, roll it round so I've got a nice gold pot. And I have just used the Pritt stick there because I thought it was just quicker to do. And it's only paper, so it will stick with the glue stick. And then just using my tweezers to grab it together because it is very small to hold. And then just roll the felt up and then stick that in. This is a nice top idea for any dollhouse, really. A super easy way to make a vase. So you just get some shiny paper, some felt, and then some bits of faux plant. And that looks fantastic. So I'm definitely going to use that idea. I mean, I do sort of use that idea in my dollhouse, but I usually use tissue paper. So I quite like the look of the felt for the soil. So that's definitely a top tip. And that's looking lovely there. And then there's going to be a plant that goes on that step underneath. So there's a bead. And again, beads are great for dollhouse things. So, and then just pull the greenery through, and that now makes a lovely little potted plant. Cut the greenery off the bottom. And then just to add to that and make it even more exciting, there's some little rubber pieces sort of that can be cut up and then glued into the plant to give it flowers. So fantastic idea, which could easily be done. Could use little sequins or little tiny beads. So again, that's another top idea for future dollhouse projects. So there we go, more things to tick off. So that's those plants all ticked off. It's nearly done on that page now. I have got another planter at the top, which I will do next, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my progress today. And do stick with me in this series. Come back next week for part 3, where I will be adding to the shop and putting the other side on and making more pieces. And it's all going to come together very soon, so stay tuned. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, please consider doing so. Give me a like, drop me a comment, because I do love to hear from you. So, until next week, take care. Bye-bye.